our family has changed so many times. It has had so many different dynamics, from foster care to adoption, adding children. It has constantly been a work in progress for us. So I'm just going to show you today in our kitchen and throughout our RV just a few things that have really made a large family living in a tiny space really helpful. But I'll tell you, they're not just tricks that I've used here. I use them in my other home as well, because organizational tips are always really great to learn. And that's what I wanted to see, is what other people did to make living easier no matter where you live, no matter what size family or home you had. I wanted to know the nitty-gritty of what's behind your shelves, what's in your closet, and how do you live more efficiently as a family. So today I'm going to show you the kitchen. That's where it all begins, is trying to learn how to work a kitchen for a large family in a little space. And so in here, one of the things that we have really made use of, even in our sticks and bricks, was baskets. It's really good in an RV to use baskets in your cabinets because everything moves when you move. We keep baskets to kind of nudge and scooch other things to keep them kind of staying still. Okay, so part of RV living is learning how to cook in a small space. So one of the things I had seen and lots of tips that I'd gotten was to make use of your slow cooker and your Instapot. But those are big and they're heavy and I didn't know where I would put them. So one day as we were painting, I recognized that this was a great spot. And what we had to do, there was actually a shelf here. We had to cut that shelf off so that we could fit the Instapot, so I could fit my big serving and mixing bowls and my slow cooker all in this area. So I'm able to bring these big, huge items and be able to creatively put them in my space. All right, so one of the most annoying things to try to figure out is how to get stuff off of your counters that you don't want on there. It is so quick to get things cluttered, and one of those is cups. For our family, we have 8 people living in this RV. So if you can only imagine, if I put 8 cups out on this counter, I'm gonna have no counter space. We took these Contigos and they have a hook on the end, and we loved Contigos before, but each kid gets one Contigo, and this is what they've got. We wash them every day and then we rehang them. And so here we just mounted them right down here on the edge of our cabinets. That way they're out of the way. Every kid has a hook, and that way they're off of our countertop, and they yet still are very accessible and easy to find for the kids. Okay, so this was really a selling point for this whole RV for me, because I needed space to put food, because we're going to be on the road with a lot of people, and a lot of people eat a lot of food and they snack a lot. And so this was a huge selling point for me, because this is my entire pantry. I have the whole thing floor to ceiling and it is wonderful. But you can see here, back to the number one tip, are baskets. We use baskets for every different type, because then we know this right here, this is my baking stuff. So I'm able to quickly pull this out. I'm going to find my baking soda. I'm going to find my sugars, my walnuts. Anything that I bake with is in this basket, Dollar Tree, and we're able to quickly pull it out. We know where everything is, and it doesn't shift during travel. Also, since I homeschool, I keep all of my homeschool supplies in here. One of the best tricks I would tell you when if you're homeschooling multiple children, so I'm homeschooling 5 kids. My 19-year-old is in college online, and so I am homeschooling 5 children in the RV. One of the things that we decided to do was to get a Dollar Tree box, just a clear box, and on the top of it I write their name, because right here, very quickly, right as you open it up, you can read the name in Sharpie of whose box it is. They have everything that they need, so quickly they just grab their box, I grab my curriculum, and then we're able to go inside, outside, on the go, because they know exactly where their stuff is. And we just were able to stack them all up here. We measured, I would say, good tip, measure your shelves. Know what fits. Don't leave any space open. It'll give it more security and it will travel better, but also you'll get more stuff in here. All right, so we're in the bunk house now. We're in the kids area, and one of the biggest questions is, where do all the toys go? Because if you're like me, when we were in our house, toys were everywhere. It was the conundrum that I always was dealing with, was how to keep kids organized. One of the things that I will tell you as a mom of many kids that I have learned is to not fight the chaos, okay? So do what works. Don't expect the kids to work into your plan. See what's going on, see where stuff is, see what kids are playing with, and then find an organizational tool for that. Because you're never going to get the kids to do what you have in your mind. So it's better to just go into the space, see where kids have stuff, and then start to maybe get baskets. Maybe figure out what works for your family. It's not a one size fits all. And for us, it's baskets. For us, it's clear containers. And so what we decided to do was, over the past several months before we left, we began to whittle down the toys little bit by little bit. And then we got to what they really wanted. And so then we measured our cabinets, and this is where the toys are. And so in here, they have all their Legos. They're able to grab a box. They know what's in each box. And so for Christopher's, it's almost exclusively Legos, because that's the world we're living in right now. And so we knew that we could just easily, they can grab it very quickly. That's key, to be able to grab it quick and be able to put it up quickly. And then down here we have Skies, and they were able to choose whatever they wanted for their space. I did not micromanage it. They got to choose, and I gave them the containers, and I said, this is what we have space for. You can bring anything that you want and put it in those containers. So I would encourage you to let your kids make the pick. You're going on a huge adventure, and you need for them to have a say-so in what they bring, because it'll be comforting to them, and what you like of their toys may not be what they would choose. All right, so we're still in the bunk room, and there's a couple of things we did to personalize their space, because it's really important to be able to organize their bed so that they feel like within reach they have the things that they really, really want. So the cabinet is a shared space. Their bed is their private space. So we've made a few updates in the bed to kind of organize and to live better within a room that a lot of people live in, to offer separation in space. So the first thing we did was we got these boxes, and this box is just a grab and go. It's the things that they love the most. It's their stuffed animals. It may be for her, it's there's a ukulele back here and her ukulele book. She's got whatever she wants. And again, I gave them ownership. Whatever can fit in this box is what you can keep on your bed. It goes with the decor. I picked out a cute one. It sits in the corner, and because my kids are small and these are a little bit longer twins, they have plenty of room for their little feet to go in here. But this gives them some ownership of what's in their bed. It's their space. It's what they want and what is comforting and really kind of satisfying for them to have every single day, often, or at night. And then the next thing we did is we put these little baskets, and we put command hooks, and we put little baskets. You know what this is? It's a shoe organizer. And so this was just an organizer for shoes, and I just cut it off. We put grommets in there, and we hung them on command strips. Then the most recent thing that we've done is just to offer some space. And so what we did is we just took some of the sheets that matched this. So we just bought an extra set of sheets, top sheet, and they matched our comforters, okay? And so then what I decided to do is I just cut them, these sheets, and then I just used the corner that was already sewn. So this is already the bottom of the sheet. I knew it was going to be long enough because it's a sheet for a twin bed. And then we did grommets. So you can see here that we just added some grommets. The next thing that we did was we added these little hooks. We got a group of probably 20 or 30 of these for probably no more than $10. And so we hung them kind of backwards, and I'll show you what this offers for the kids. So we measured out so that it would be a little bit tight, and then now our kids have their own zone. So now Sky, even though she's in a room of 5 people, she has her own space. There's plenty of ventilation so it doesn't get hot up in there. It's very, very thin because it's just a sheet, and we're able to give her some privacy when she wants to read, when she wants to play with her American Girl doll. They have their own space. So each area, each bed has a privacy curtain. It matches, it's easy to take off, it's super simple, and all we do is match up the grommet, and when it's time to put it away, we just hang it right here and you're good to go. Okay, so this is the tiny kids bathroom, and when you have a tiny space, for a lot of people, you really have to get pretty creative to organize this area. And one of the best things I found for our family was on Amazon, and they had this toothbrush, toothpaste, organizational situation that we have loved. So what it does is it offers you an opportunity to hang up the toothbrush. I like this because when they're all in cups together, I feel like we just share germs all the time. And so if this gets it to hang up, it dries out. It is not so bad for the germs and things like that. And then it comes with its own cup. So it looks like it just kind of is the cover, but the cover actually turns into a cup. And so I wrote each child's name because they are similar colors, and I didn't want everybody mixing and matching and picking up the wrong cup, because then that defeats the whole purpose. And so this is the cup, and so you're able to have your rinsing, and then right above that is for your toothpaste. So each child has their own toothpaste. That just helps with the germ population going on in a big family in a small space. And so it gives us the opportunity for each child to have their own toothpaste right there, their own toothbrush, and their own cup, and it separates everybody out from one big kind of communal place to everybody has their own space. Okay, so one of the areas that's the biggest hot spot for us, and probably for you, is right as you walk in the door. If there is a flat space, it has been found that we're going to find something to put on it. It's just easy and quick, and we want to throw everything down. And that was happening to us. So right as people would walk in the door, we would have everything thrown and strode all over here. And that's really hard when you don't have a lot of cabinet space. So, as I've said many times throughout this video, you just deal with the chaos you already have. Just don't try to retrain everybody over everything, because you're just going to be spinning your wheels. It's going to be frustrating for you and for the people that you live with. So what I have found to manage and to organize is just see where the problems are and find a solution for it. A solution that will work for everybody. And so what we decided to do is just have a bucket. So I went to Old Time Pottery, and I found this really pretty bucket, so that as you walk in the door, it's pretty, it is not an eyesore, and you come in and it matches our decor, and I liked it. And so I set it right here, and then this is the dumping ground. So we don't have enough space in our house to have a junk drawer, so this becomes the family junk drawer. All right, so this is my least favorite spot, but it is the most necessary spot. We had to deal with the fact that 8 people have coats and raincoats and jackets and hats and hiking sticks and umbrellas, all the things that you have to deal with when you have a lot of people, and especially in environments that are outdoors. And so you have to have all your outdoor gear. And so we just sacrificed this hallway because as you come in, it's not an eyesore, but it was the perfect space to be able to hang everybody's coats. So we just got 2 coat racks that we put up and we mounted on here, and then we decided to put our hats up here as well. So we just got these small 2-prong, and everybody has their hats ready to go. Everybody's got their coats, their jackets. Everybody has several of them. We have our umbrellas, we have our hiking sticks. We have everything that we need right here, so we can grab it and go in a moment's notice as we're hiking, as we're heading out for the day. And so I would encourage you to find a spot, even if you have to sacrifice some beauty, find something that works for you, that works for your family and is easy and accessible, because organization's got to be easy, it's got to work, or it doesn't work. All right, so when you're in a small space like an RV and you have multiple people that need to get ready every day, one really good trick that I have found is to have extra mirrors in other places. So for me, I'm able to get out of the bathroom to put on my makeup, to get my hair fixed, to be able to get my jewelry and everything ready in this room, to give Jay and the other kids an opportunity to use that bathroom to brush teeth, to be able to get their showers and go to the restroom, because taking up an extra bathroom when you have this many people is really, really not optimum. So we decided we would make a separate space for me to get ready. So I have a small mirror, just got this at the Dollar Tree. It does not break. important note, make sure you get one that's not breakable. And so we put this up here with command hooks. Then we just purchased this on Amazon, and this is where I can keep all of my makeup and things here, but also hang my necklaces, and you can also hang your earrings along here. So it's like a one-stop get ready spot. So if I need to scoot out of the bathroom, I have a space here. It takes up very little footprint, and when I open the door, and you're walking in, you can't see it. It's out of your line of sight. So it's hidden back behind, but when I'm in here, it gives me my own space. I also chose it because this is my drawer with all of my things in here. And so all the things that aren't out, like my brushes and extra bobby pins and things like that I need to get ready, it's easily accessible and it's out of sight. It's in my drawer, and then I'm able to get ready and get out of the way really quickly. Okay, if kid storage is a conundrum, adult storage is even harder. Our stuff is bigger, and most of the time we have more of it. And so this has been a challenge, is to get organized and fit 3 adults in one closet area. That is really a challenge. And so we've had to be pretty creative, and we decided to rely on baskets again. What that did was to give us a space like this that really could just get mixed up and messy. We've been able to use different baskets to put shorts and shirts. We just got these at the Dollar Tree. We're able just to fold these up so we can see what we've got, and then we just slip those back in here. For me, I was able just to put my shorts right here, and then my baskets are in the back. Also, we did the same thing in our drawers. So we have big, deep drawers, but inside these drawers is storage so that our shirts don't topple over. They're easy to see, and we know exactly what we're getting, and that helps to organize these drawers. And that goes for the closet too. So in our closet, one of the things that we found was wonderful, because the clothes kept falling off all of our hangers and everything moved during travel, is that we went ahead and bought at the Dollar Tree these velvet slim line hangers. We can get so many more than we could those beautiful plastic ones, or even the nicer ones that have the plush around them. These work great. The clothes do not come off. I can barely get it on because they stick so well, and they're very slim, and you can fit a whole lot more items of clothing in here than you would otherwise. And then we also, I don't know if you can see it, but we purchased a shoe rack from Home Depot, and it was a 2-tier, and it had at least 8 pairs or 9 pairs of shoes. So we did have that to get them off the floor and up here. And then what we did in the top is we just got more of these baskets. We had a space at the top that we didn't know what to do with, and so on both sides we just went ahead all the way around, and then that way quickly I can pull this out. So for me, this is just some extra notebooks, some extra cards to send people, and they would have flown all over, but now we just set it up there. It looks really nice, goes with our color scheme, and I can quickly grab it out, get what I need, stick it back up there. And then we added this shelf in here, just using any extra space to get things off the floor. So when you buy an RV, or if you are just moving into a new home, or you're just renovating the house that you're living in, or finding better ways to organize the space that you call home, I would encourage you just to look at what's going on around you. Figure out what your hot spots are. Where are the places that drive you crazy? The things that never seem to be organized, and tackle those places. You can do it simply. You can do it cheap. You can go to the Dollar Tree. You can order on Amazon, but there are creative solutions that do not cost much that can make your home not only beautiful, but streamlined and work for you. We don't want to live in a season of chaos or in a place that doesn't feel like home to us. And I've found that when stuff is out everywhere in this small space, I'm more easily agitated, I'm more easily frustrated, and I feel like everything is closing in. But when things have a place, our kids work better in this space, we work better in this space, and we live happier together when things are organized. So I hope you've gotten a couple of ideas, a couple of tricks that you can use for your family. I know many of these we found from other full-time families, and so hopefully there's something that might work for you. And if you have an idea of what you have found to be super helpful, please leave it in the comments. Give us some pictures. I would love to see what you do, because we're constantly learning. We've only been on this journey a few weeks, so there's a lot for us to learn. So we don't have it all together. So I would love to hear advice from you, pictures, anything that you would be willing to share, because we can learn as a community from each other, because it can be pretty crazy living in a space, a small space with family and dogs and turtles, but we can keep it together if we try to stay just a little bit more organized and take it a step at a time.
So don't forget to like this video and then subscribe so that you make sure that you don't miss anything. That actually helps us out a lot when you do those two things. And then also, if you missed our last video, just get some context on this one, you can click right down there and get it as well. And don't forget to follow all of our social media outlets. You can go to our website, which is www.findyourcrazy.org, and check out everything there. See you next time.